Yo, Siri, can you talk about market maker models? Of course I can. Y'all already know who it is. The one and only. Yes, him. Okay? So, anyways, we're going to talk about the components to a market maker model and everything that has to do with a market maker model. I'm not going to go into specific detail about each part, not just yet. In the next one, I will, but not just yet. As of right now, we're just going to be talking about the components to a market maker model, and that is all. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what the market maker model consists of, and that is all. Again, I am not an author of this material. This is not my intellectual property. This is ICT's intellectual property. So therefore, I wouldn't be here without the man, the myth, the legend, ICT. All right. And of course, I'm using other things also that I'm not the author to. So, once again, none of this stuff is mine. None of this is my intellectual property. Just sit back, enjoy, and relax. I'm just here to explain and teach. That's it. All right. So we're going on to the next slide. So the components to a market maker model, obviously by him, the one and only. Yes, him. All right. So we have three components to a market maker model. So in a market maker model, there are three important components that complement each other. First, it starts with the original consolidation, also known as the accumulation of liquidity. All right. So the first part to the market maker model is the original consolidation. The original consolidation starts the market maker model. Does that make sense? Consolidations create expansions. Month one, right? All right. Second, there is a smart money reversal which shifts market structure after price has hit a key level for either fair value, which could be profit taking, or equilibrium, or an offset of accumulation or distribution. Read that again. Third, there is the clearing of the accumulation of liquidity. So, if the original consolidation was the accumulation of liquidity, therefore, the last part, or the part that completes the market maker model, is the clearing of the accumulation of liquidity. Now, let me just be very clear on this. Just because you have an original consolidation does not mean that the original consolidation will be took. A lot of you guys pray and hold your TPs under every single original consolidation. Now, let me repeat this one more time. The original consolidation does not have to be met for the market maker model to be completed. Do you understand that? All right. Oh, but what do you mean? I thought the original consolidation has to be so. No, it does not. The original consolidation can stay intact and does not have to be met. It could be targeted in the future, but it does not have to be met right after the smart money reversal. In fact, after the smart money reversal, price would go inside of a fair value gap, or a BISI, or a SIBI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, or a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. All right? And it just may be targeting internal liquidity to run higher. All right? So the smart money reversal could be, like I said, profit taking, meaning let's just say the institutional order flow is bullish, right? But we're having a smart money reversal because of profit taking, because they're taking it at an area of fair value and premium. So there might be some deep retracements. For what? For internal liquidity. What is the internal liquidity? It could be in the form of lows inside of a range, or it could be a SIBI or a BISI, which is an inefficiency inside the range. So they're just really looking to rebalance, or they're looking to take liquidity inside of a range to stop more people out, to squeeze more positions out, to accumulate more positions inside of the range so they could take it right back where it came from. All right. Just because you have a smart money reversal does not mean that the fucking, excuse my Frank, it does not mean that the actual range is going to be completely reversed on the previous range. So that'd be like the buy side of the curve. Doesn't mean that the whole buy side of the curve will be taken. All right. So I'm going to note it here. Liquidity comes in two forms. Internal, that's inside the range. Okay. We've already gone over this in the purge and revert, and we already talked about the prerequisites of understanding internal and external liquidity. So internal liquidity is inside the range. External liquidity is externally outside the range. Okay. Now all market maker models must clear the original consolidation. The market maker models is not a be all end all, but just a form of understanding to help you create confluence around why certain prices should be offered. Allows for a consistent and concise way of managing a bias and rule-based approach. Wow, read that again. And then if you didn't get the memo, take that same ideology to every single concept that you guys learn. Right? If you guys understand order blocks, it's not the be all end all. It's just a form of understanding to help you create confluence around why certain prices should be offered. And it allows for a consistent and concise way of managing a bias and a rule-based approach. Okay? Take that with all concepts, because a lot of y'all are like, oh, this is the be all. No, it is not the be all end all. This is just for you guys to understand what you guys are looking at. It's just a way to help you read the market, analyze, all right? Technical analysis. Again, it's an analysis. It's not the analysis, it's a analysis. So, we're going to talk about delivery, and then we're going to talk about, what these candles do. So, candles represents two things. On the y-axis, which is the vertical line, time is on the y-axis. On the x-axis, which is horizontal, price is on the x-axis, okay? Or I think I said that wrong. Yeah. So time is actually on the horizontal, which is the x-axis. Price is on the y-axis. But you guys understand my point. Those are the only two things that are represented here. So sorry for the typo. So for price to be efficiently priced on both sides. So for price to be efficiently priced, both sides must be delivered. Okay? A balanced range consists of buy-side delivery and sell-side delivery. That is a gem. Do not let that get over your head. Price only has three jobs: imbalance, rebalance, liquidity. All jobs are in alignment with fair value. Okay? So then here we have the market maker model, buy side and sell side of the curve. So to make it clear, we have a bullish candle right here. This is a bullish candle. So anytime that price is delivering only on the buy side or majority on the buy side, right? It's just going up. It's like a bullish range. This is buy side. And then the accumulation would be right at the low or right before it, right here. There'll be like original consolidation here. And then once we have the smart money reversal, which would be right here, you have then the sell side and then the distribution to the downside. So anytime we're taking longs on a market maker model, those are accumulation. That's accumulation. It's accumulation, reaccumulation, low risk buy. Okay? Here we have here the low risk sell, redistribution, and everything that has to do with the retracement to go lower is a distribution. Okay? And this obviously would be in the form of bearish candles. The original consolidation. So three important things about original consolidation. How do you know that the market's in original consolidation? So if there is no clear delivery, so if there's no clear one-sided delivery inside of a range, that means that that is a consolidation. Yes, you're going to have some swings inside of the consolidation, but you're not going to know the direction that the market wants to go. Why? Because it has not broken outside of this range. Just because it's a consolidation doesn't mean that it has to be tight. It could be a large range. It really could. It could be a large range. But in this range, there is no clear, concise direction. Like you couldn't formulate a sustained move. Maybe a short term move, but you couldn't really formulate a short term move. Okay? So we have here the buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, and the equilibrium. Equilibrium is fair value. Okay? So that right there is three important key aspects to an original consolidation. It is the origin of these market maker models. So if we're looking for a market maker sell model, the original consolidation on the buy side of the curve is the origin to the sell side or the market maker sell model. Okay? Consolidations are preceded by expansions. They build liquidity, they build sentiment, and they start the market maker model. Ooh, this one is my favorite slide because this one is, we're going to go into detail, of course. Like, I'm going to make a video specifically just on the original consolidation. I'm going to make a video specifically on the smart money reversal. And then I'm going to make a video on the sweeping of the market maker model or the original consolidation. My fault. So, change of state. You guys have to understand this. I'm going to go into specific deliveries for this, and I'm gonna this is things that are coming straight out of my personal model and how I understand the marketplace and how it helps me formulate analysis, and it's consistent. So let's just go into this. So a change of state in change of state in delivery is needed for short-term deliveries. A market structure shift or a shift in market structure is needed for sustained long-term deliveries. Okay, write that down. So most of the time, you're going to see that the smart money reversal happens at a key level. So let's say that in this line right here, there's I don't know, an important daily order block, bearish order block. This is the fractal that I want to see on the smaller time frames to support the idea of a smart money reversal. Then I can entertain, let's say if this was a market maker sell model, I could entertain the original consolidation that was once here, and then the smart money reversal at the key level, then a reversal below the original consolidation, or to take internal liquidity if the order flow is bullish. So then this would just be a short-term move. Okay? Short-term high here is taken. Price goes above. And this, all this is a manipulation. This is a stop hunt. This is nothing. This is just a stop hunt. Doesn't mean that price is going to go higher. It's just a stop hunt. Those who had their buy stops here get tagged in, and then they run it the other way. Same thing goes for this right here. Sell stops goes there, activates them, triggers them in, and takes the people who were buying early also, takes them out of the marketplace, and then they go that way, the other way. So, entry techniques to help you guys enter at the smart money reversal. And I would like to argue that any of these entry techniques could offer you the low risk sell or the low risk buy. But the only thing about these is that it takes a level of experience in order to precisely and consistently make sure that you enter on time, because these moves happen very quick. So at the smart money reversal, unless you're like framing it on a hourly time frame, because you get more time to see it, and the candles are printing a lot slower because it's taking them an hour to complete, versus a minute chart, where a minute chart, it's quick. You just have to click the button. If you don't click the button and you don't have enough time, you really don't have enough time to think about it. You just have to do it. You really just have to execute. And you have to stop being a wussy. That's it. So, entry techniques we have here is a reclaimed order block. This is what you'll find at the smart money reversal. You'll find a balanced price range, or what they like to call a BPR. You'll find a rejection block. You could find dealing ranges that allow for selling or execution at the or buying at the 50% of the dealing range. So a dealing range is a range that takes out both sides, right? So we took out buy side and then we take out sell side. What comes after is a dealing range. 50% would be right there, and then your entries would come there. If there's like an imbalance there, nice breaker block, that's it. It's enough to sell. Shift the market structure plus fair value gap. This is like the YouTube 2022 ICT mentorship. We have then a breaker, of course, like we explained here. Doesn't only have to be a breaker. Could be a mitigation. I just forgot to put it in there. And then there's also an immediate rebalance. This is my personally my favorite. So the immediate rebalance is my favorite as far as entering for a low risk sell or low risk buy. And then your stop loss placements are at old highs, below and above stop hunt, below, above fair value gap, above, below order block. And let me tell you this, I had to note it here because a lot of people like to put their stop losses at random places that make no sense. Now, I'm going to repeat this right now. So look, a stop loss should be a measure of where you consider the trade to be wrong. This was told to me by my mentor, KISH. Shout out to my guy, KISH, all right? A stop loss should be a measure of where you consider the trade to be wrong, okay? And ICT also goes into this. That's why he's saying, well, if this is a true order block, it shouldn't raid these highs. It shouldn't raid above or go above the mean threshold. So if I'm in a short, my stop loss should be right above this order block or above the mean threshold, because that's where we quote unquote consider the trade to be wrong. That's it. It's literally that simple. Okay? So, please make sure that you are listening to this slide specifically because this slide has a lot of gems. I'm going to go obviously into the importance of the entry techniques and the SL placements all in another video. I'm going to break down the smart money reversal in itself because it is a lot. So, we're going to break that by itself. And then, of course, I think this is the last slide. We have here the completion of the market maker model. So we have here the consolidation. We have here the smart money reversal. Then we have here a retracement into this dealing range that took out both sides of liquidity. Fair value gap, breaker block, reclaimed order block, BPR. There's a lot of things that I see here. A lot of things. And then you take it all the way below. And this is assuming that it would take the external liquidity, which is the original consolidation. Or it could just take out a BISI here, go for the BISI for the internal buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, and go right below this low, and that would be it. That'd be your target. The fair value gap and this short term low, and that's it. You're done. Doesn't have to always go below this. And I'll go more into depth. When do I know that it's going to do that? And when do I know that it's not going to take out the original consolidation? Okay? So, it is a ritual that at the end of the video, I have to give you guys some inspiration. I have to give you some type of motivation because a lot of people always feel like quitting. So, I'm just going to say this. Keep on going. Keep on trying to become the best version of yourself. Keep on studying because you know what's riskier than taking risks? Not pursuing the best version of yourself. Not becoming the person that you know you are meant to be. Why in the world would you ever, ever decide that you're not going to follow your passion, pursue your dream? It's just silly. All right? So I'm not gonna go more into that. You guys already know this. All right. So I want you guys to study this video, and you guys already know. I'm out, and take care. See you on the next one.